Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to this Diagnostic World video. In this video we're going to be focusing on the Autel MD808 Pro. The kit is available at Diagnostic World. It's www.diagnostic-world.com. We'll also put the link to this product directly below this video in the comments box and the description box. Okay, so really it's just a quick overview of how the tool works and the different menus that you'll come across. First of all, what I will say is, there appears to be a mark on this one here. This is just because it's got a screen protector on, so when you receive your kit, they're all 100% genuine kits, 100% Autel genuine tools that we stock. But you can just peel this back here and it will reveal a nice flush and fresh screen. So it comes with obviously a main unit and a cable. Now when you receive the cable out of the box, the cable won't be attached to the unit, so you'll need to plug one end into the cable and the other end into the diagnostic port. Now in this vehicle, as you can see, we've got the wiring coming down here. It actually goes down underneath the steering wheel, but before we get to the pedals, and that is where the diagnostic port is located. So one end goes in the port, one end goes into the actual tool, and it'll turn on automatically. The kit takes its power from the battery of the vehicle, so don't worry about any batteries on this tool or anything like that. You won't be required to put any batteries in. So we're in a Mercedes-Benz E-Class here, so obviously it would make sense for me to go through the menus of the E-Class, which I will do, but obviously whatever vehicle you've got, say you've got an Audi or a BMW or a Mercedes, a Porsche, VW, Toyota, whatever, the processes are generally going to be the same all of the time. So what we've got here is a scan. Then we've got, sorry, I'm touching the screen, but it's not actually a touch screen. You need to scroll through the menus. Now what I would do first of all is, as soon as you get the tool, go into setup, because as you can hear, it has quite an annoying beep. So just go into beep and just click off, and it makes the user experience an awful lot better, to be honest with you. While we're in this setup menu, actually we'll have a quick look through. Obviously you can scroll through the languages, so you've got English, Chinese, Dutch, French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Swedish. I said Dutch before, didn't I? And I meant German, obviously. Netherlands, Polish, I'm not sure what that is. That's Japanese, Korean, and another Chinese, I guess. Looks like there's two. I think there's like a simplified Chinese and a complex one as well. But anyway, those are the languages that it supports. We've got the units, we've got English, or we've got metric. So we're just going to keep it to English. Key test, press any key to test. So it's just making sure that the tool recognizes that all of the tool keys are working. Double escape to return. There we go, so we're back in now. LCD test. So it's just running through a lot of the colors. Can we click escape? Yes we can. And about, it tells us the product serial number, register, password, hardware, systems, and software versions. So then the update, well, we need to be connected to the internet to do this. Playback, what you can do is you can actually save any fault codes that you've previously diagnosed or any live data. Okay, so those are the main three options which you would look at within the tool. The top three options are the options you would really go into when you're actually looking to diagnose a vehicle. So the first one is check engine. Now this is an option which will work on any vehicle which is OBD2 compliant, and this will only allow you to do a quick diagnose of the engine fault system, or the engine module, or ECU. So it's a really quick link to actually getting into any engine fault, and I'm going to do it on this vehicle, so I'm just going to click OK. What it might do is it might say, well, it'll scroll through here, and what it'll do is it'll often give a list of different protocols, and it's trying to connect to a protocol which is actually suitable for the vehicle, or trying to find a language that it can use to communicate with the vehicle. So it's telling us here quickly that the MIL status, that's a malfunction indicator light, is off. There's been 0 codes found, and we can just click OK, and we can go into the module, and we can get stored codes, no codes, pending codes. There are no codes. So that's a good sign for the this vehicle. While you're in here, this is a really good way of getting live data from your vehicle. So you're getting information from the vehicle as it's running. It's real-time data. So you can just click onto complete list, and then you can scroll through all of the live data. So all the time it's giving you different values of different components within the engine module. Now the tool it does give DPF suit data, but I don't think you'll get that from this particular menu. You'd have to go into the DPF menu to get that, so we'll come out of that for now. That's just a quick way of getting that sort of thing. Alright, so then we're going to go into service, and it's telling that it'll allow you to do oil service resets, it'll allow you to do electronic parking brake, so it can open and close the calipers on applicable vehicles, steering angle sensor, DPF, battery, throttle, and that's it. So those are the additional functions that you can do. Let's go in oil reset. So it's got all the different vehicles that you can scroll through. This vehicle doesn't actually need an oil reset. It doesn't actually need any of these functions that are displayed here. So it's not really possible for me to go in and actually show you the kit actually resetting something. But once you go into one of these and select your vehicle, it takes you through step by step. So that's my advice. Okay, then we're going to go into scan. So what I'll do is, first of all, I'll just show you the Asian vehicles. Then the USA vehicles, Chrysler, Ford and General Motors. Then we'll go up to European, and these are all of the vehicles here. So we're in a Benz, so we'll click Benz. And what I can do is I can automatically detect your vehicle, or you can select your vehicle from the list. Now this is the list that is currently on this particular kit. If you want, it's right now it's May 2018, but you could be watching this in May 2020, so new vehicles may well have come onto the market by then, in which case once the tool is updated, you will see the new vehicles appear in the list here. So it's always worth checking, first of all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select our vehicle, and it's an E-Class. And it's a 212, gives you different chassis codes. It's a 212 we're in right now. It's a diesel engine. And it just takes a moment or two to actually connect. So we'll click on to, what you can do is you can do an auto scan. So set the tool off and it will scan all of the modules within the vehicle. I'm not going to do that right now because it can take about 10 to 15 minutes, that one. So that's very good if you want to just leave it, go for a cup of tea, come back, and then you'll be able to look at all the faults in all the different systems. I'm not going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is click on to control units, and it's going to allow us to go into different sections of the vehicle to actually find faults. So say for example, body. These are all of the systems which are in the bodies module. So we've got SRS, supplemental restraint system. That's the airbag system. So I'm going to just click into that. As an example, it'll establish a connection with the airbag module or the airbag ECU. And then it'll allow us to read codes. system pass, no fault codes detected. And it'll probably do that with most of the other systems. Let's go into the ABS, ASR, ATS, ESP system. So that's your traction control system, as well as your ABS. And again, it's just going to take a few minutes. This one, you'll see that we've got a few lights on the dashboard while it's actually interrogating that particular system. But the lights will turn off once we come out of this system. So we're going to click read codes. We don't expect any faults in this one, but we'll see. There we go. No fault codes detected. Alright, so basically you get the gist of it, and all of the other systems will be exactly the same. Let me see if I can find one where there is a fault. I'm just sort of hedging my bets here at the moment. There may well be no faults in this system either. Just whenever you're ready. Really doesn't want to do anything, does it? Sometimes it can take 30 seconds or so to actually connect to the specific module or ECU within the vehicle. This one seems to be taking a long time. It doesn't normally take this long. There we go. Read codes. Oh, well, there's no fault codes in that one either. So we'll leave that for now. But that's basically how easy the tool is to use. It is very easy. So we'll come out of that. One thing I will do is go into the DPF, because I believe you can get live data for the DPF in this section here. So Mercedes-Benz again, and then we're going to scroll down to E-Class 212 diesel. Obviously it wouldn't be a petrol engine. And it's establishing a connection with the control unit CDI 6. Looks like this is going to be another one where it takes about a minute to connect. Right, so we'll go in, we'll have a look at the live data. So again, we've got a new set of live data sections that we can look at. We're going to click a diesel particulate filter. And here we are now, we've got live data for the DPF. So the air mass in quantity injected in milligrams, degrees. Mileage at last particulate filter regeneration was 156. We just click down here, we're on 156,274, so it was about 100 miles ago. Suit content. Fill level of diesel particulate filter is 48%. So you can see how it's giving you really good information. And then obviously what you can do is you can go ahead and do a forced regeneration as well. So this is how you would go in and do that. Regeneration of diesel particulate filter when driving. Teaching process after replacement. Teaching the diesel particulate after replacing the engine control module. So that's a really quick overview on how this works. But we haven't really touched the surface, to be honest with you, because there are a lot more processes involved. I mean, obviously there's a lot more vehicles as well, and sometimes the menus and the systems available may be a little bit different for each particular vehicle. But there we go, it's a quick overview, and as I say, it is available at Diagnostic World. It's www.diagnostic-world.com, and we will put the links to this kit below the video in the description and the comments box below. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps.